Okay, hi. I think it's no secret, before I go on, I think it's no secret where I stand with the issue of gay rights in Singapore. I think we all know that, and I think we all here share that sentiment. So I'm not actually going to go down that road. I'm highly conscious of the fact that, in actual fact, I'm speaking, although tonight to all of you, in actual fact, we're speaking to the larger community outside this place. In actual fact, we're speaking to the rest of Singapore, who may not share our views. And actually, that's whom I'm speaking to with this. So I am a very strong supporter and a believer in equality in all ways. But I'm going to focus on a particular aspect of that. I'm speaking here today because I know what it's like to be the other, the different one. And I know that sounds funny because I may, at the outset, appear to be part of all the largest demographic groups in Singapore. You know, I'm Chinese, I'm straight, I'm able-bodied, a working man, etc. But the fact is that I've always been, in some way or other, an other by somebody's standards. Either not Chinese enough, or not macho enough, or too macho, or someone's always going to have a preference, right? Too expressive. And the fact is that we all belong to tribes. We tend to hang out with those who we think are like us, or who share our personal taste or preference. But taste, preference, they are personal. And there is a common space that we all share, that we're all part of, that we own. And we call it home. And home, ideally, is where we are completely ourselves, right? Where we operate on our commonalities, our mutual interests, to coexist in harmony. Now, this is not pop psychology. I mean, I'm sure any relationship guru or even some management guru might tell you that really people get along best when they're able to be completely themselves and share what is common to them. This is also where we are most productive. Now, I'm not talking about short spurts of time where we all band together and forget our differences to do some good. I'm actually talking about long term. I'm talking about, long-term relationships, actually, because I see this as a relationship. And long-term relationships, whether they're work or otherwise, are most productive and harmonious when we can be who we truly are, and when what we are contributes to the whole. So there's this case before the courts, right? And as someone who's not involved in the legal process, I'm not going to comment on that per se. I'm actually looking a little bit further, a little bit beyond that. Because whatever the outcome of a case between an individual and a company, I think the issue of workplace discrimination is something we can all agree on. Because actually we already do. I mean, it's there. We're all equal before the law. It's something we actually already agree about. And whatever your personal tastes and preferences are, and look, you're entitled to them, we all have them, okay? As a system, we all actually believe in meritocracy. It's what we do, right? The best person for any given job should do that job. Okay, let me go back to the time of crisis idea. And again, bear in mind, I'm speaking beyond our group here, I'm speaking to the rest of Singapore. Okay, so let's go back to the time of crisis idea. Now, if your child were desperately ill, and the best doctor to save your child were gay, would you refuse treatment on those grounds? I mean, probably not. If you were desperately lost in some jungle somewhere at the point of starvation, and the best guide to take you out were someone who perhaps you had a racial bias against, would you refuse his counsel and continue to be lost and probably die? I mean, no, you wouldn't. But it's the same thing. It is exactly the same thing. Now, admittedly, there are some people out there who would do that. Okay, but I suggest that the wiser and more sensible thing would be to accept that person's skills as something you need, irrespective of your personal taste. Now, you might notice that I'm not even beginning to address the whole issue of changing prejudices. The fact that 377A remains is sad enough testament to the fact that these prejudices exist. The law is still there, right? So what can I say? But, even if we accept that everyone's preferences and tastes are there, including bigotry in its many forms, the system, the rules which govern our shared space in this place that we call home must not cuff our nose to spite our face. You know, you've heard that saying, right? I mean, so some people don't like gay people, for instance, right? Now, the best person for the job should still get that job. And most of our jobs, let's face it, are not dependent on that person's sexuality. They're just not. You know, if the best person to do any job is gay, or is something that your personal taste abhors, it shouldn't make a difference, because as a system, the best person for the job should still get that job. So imagine yourself as the head of a household. I know some people here still believe in heads of households. I'm dealing with the Gibbons, okay? So let's imagine that you're the head of the household, and the best person in your household, in your family, to earn a living and provide for the family is gay. And you don't like that. And the person is going to earn this money by being employed in the capacity that best uses their skills. Are you going to turn around and say, no, I'm not going to accept your contribution to this household because you're gay? I mean, it's ludicrous. You would not be benefiting your family, your own family. Because by self-actualization, by allowing that person to be everything that person is, you would not only make a better management decision, you'd benefit everybody, not just monetarily, but also probably in many other ways, because everybody else would feel that they could be whom they wanted to be. Now that's a home, but it's also a company. And it's also a country. Because we have an opportunity here, an opportunity to reaffirm some rules in the workplace that keep us where we are today, in the forefront of productivity and growth. And growth, I know, matters to a lot of people out there. So, you know, we shouldn't be stunting our growth just because of our individual tastes. We can make decisions that encourage holistic growth, decisions that make our workforce as inclusive and therefore as powerful as all the individual elements within, but also greater than the mere sum of them. Now, we say all the time, people are our greatest resource. We have the people. But are we, as a community, going to waste that chunk of our demographic simply because they aren't like us? Which is what a lot of people out there would say, right? Because they're not like us, because they don't satisfy our personal taste. To do so seems, kind of foolish. See, I see workforce equality as a relationship. A relationship. And we all, regardless of individual taste, are in a relationship with each other. And I don't know about you, but for me, it's a long-term relationship. I'm in this relationship with you and with everybody else out there for the long term, as family, as colleagues, as citizens. So we should reaffirm those rules. The best person for the job gets the job. And then we all win. That's it.